The worker in the average mill, mine, shop, or factory was once a very lonely and faceless individual. He was a clock number, and his value was measured only in terms of productivity. He was fired at the whim of the boss. When his pay was cut, he took it on the chin and suffered in silence. But in 1936, the men and women in these industries made up their minds to do something about their deplorable conditions. They built the most powerful union of all time, the Steelworkers Organizing Committee, later to become the United Steelworkers of America and Canada. With the union came dignity and recognition. It brought the worker the right to speak his piece. It brought a cooperative relationship with co-workers instead of a dog-eat-dog existence. Out of the struggle to build the union has emerged a new term, industrial democracy. Out of the bitterness has grown a more rational labor management relationship which defines mutual rights and responsibilities. The key to this dramatic change is the United Steelworkers of America, the union of more than 1 million men and women who work in the mills, mines, and factories.
Focused on trends shaping the future of manufacturing. I'm Alexandria Burek, your host, here with A.W. Schultz, two thought leaders with a passion for people and manufacturing. Today and every episode, we are diving deep into the advancements, sustainable practices, and dynamic changes transforming how we produce everything.
Welcome Alexandria Burek and A.W. Schultz.
Welcome to another episode of Factor the Future podcast. And I'm your host, A.W. Schultz. And I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. Alexander is not with me, but I have got a school assignment that I thought I would also transition to a podcast, as the homework dictates. So in this podcast, we're going to be talking about the Unionization Crossroads is what I titled this. Ethical Leadership in Manufacturing. Where we're going to look at the past, current, and future of manufacturing, as we do in most podcasts on Factory of the Future. We are going to unpack the messy, real-world choices that keep leaders up at night. I've spent a lot of my time in the trenches of manufacturing, optimizing lines, trying to hit targets, and yes, facing the human side of those decisions. I'm here myself today, and I'm recording this as part of the project on ethical leadership. But I think it's relevant to our podcast and our listeners that I also bring this not only as an assignment, but something that others can take value out of this research that I put together for this assignment, as it's relevant in the world today. And today we're going to go deep on one of the most gut-wrenching dilemmas. And I encountered, which is dealing with unionization drivers in a factory environment. And I hope that you take note on some of the actions and some of the dilemmas that are put forward to this, because as I walk through this scenarios and unpack different ideas on how to cope with these, not only is this something it's required for my class and my doctorates, but I think other listeners can take value into this episode. So let me get into it. Picture this. You're in charge of operations. Your plant's frontline team is organized because of real issues. Reoccurring safety hazards, like inadequate personal protective equipment or PPEs, inconsistent hazard reporting, unpredictable schedules, not so common, that lead to fatigue and errors, and a sense that decisions come top down without enough input. Injuries are ticking up, burnout is real, and morale is slipping. Meanwhile, executive leadership is pressing you to maintain business as usual, keeping costs low, avoid disruptors, and protect margins. They frame Union's efforts as threats to competitiveness to the lean world. But you see the data firsthand. Fatigue from the long shifts contribute to near misses, missing guards on equipment, raising injury risks, and workers feeling disposable. Do you quickly support management's pushback to safeguard your role and the company's short-term stability? Or do you advocate for the people who literally built the product, even if it means the career at risk or short-term chaos? This is not hypothetically to me. I've lived versions of this tension, balancing lean efficiencies with people-first realities. It's a classic ethical dilemma. No clean win. Loyalty to the organization clashes with moral duties to protect workers' well-being and uphold rights to safe, dignified work. Stakeholders pull in every direction. Employees seeking equity and safety. Shareholders and executives focus on profitability. Regulators enforcing OSHA standards. Communities dealing with the fallout of workplace injuries. Even future talent pools watching how we treat these people and question themselves, is that the type of industry I would want to be part of? Let's ground this in research. Studies consistently show unions correlate with better safety outcomes. For example, research from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration and the academic analysis finds unionized workplaces often have more inspections, higher violation reports because workers feel safe speaking up, and lower fatigue rates. One analysis linked disciplining unionization to increase occupational death, suggesting that weakening unions can indirectly raise risks. In construction and manufacturing contexts, unions' pressures ties to better training, PP enforcement, and hazardous controls. They make it safer and better for the workplace, which is what all unions, at the beginning of it, was the purpose of them. These aren't just union talk points. They're backed by data from sources like the American Journal of Public Health and recent academic reviews. I think I said that right. Now, let's break down the options more thoroughly. Think about option one, actively obstruct or discourage unionization. Remember, we're putting that leader of operations, the VP role hat back on from the recent scenario. This might involve anti-union campaigns, one-on-one supervisor conversations, steering workers away, emphasizing we're all one team under a lean principle. And I shrug myself because I've been there. I've been that person. I've been that supervisor. I've been that manager at both ends. Now, the pros are maintain operational continually, avoid potential cost increases from collective bargainings. These can include employees fight for higher wages or rigid work rules. Aligning with unviewable thoughts where conflict is seen as unnecessary. But you think about the drawbacks can be serious. Safety issues don't vanish. They worsen without collective voice. Trust erodes fast. Workers feel silenced, leading to disengagement, higher turnover, and even sabotaging risks. Legally, if conditions are hazardous, obstacles could involve NLRB charges or OSHA scrutiny. From a utilitarian perspective, short-term gains for shareholders comes at the expense of long-term harm to workers, health, and families. If you think about it, it may violate duties to fairness and human dignity. Real-world examples. If advocation of lean implementations, like some Toyota-inspired plants outside Japan, real story, unions resisted led to conflict, strikes, and in extreme cases, plant closures, with tensions boiled over. So let's look at option 2. Fully support or facilitate unionization. This could mean transparent information sharing, encouraging dialogue, and even quietly aiding organizations while pushing internal fixes. There's pros. Directly addressing root causes, better bargaining power leads to enforceable safety improvements, predictable schedules, and health protections. Recent cases, like in Quebec aluminum workers challenging algorithmic scheduling, showing union forces meaningful charges in a high-pressure environment. Long-term benefits include reduced injuries, lower turnover, stronger safety culture, and alignment with public health goals. But there are also some cons to this. Immediate backlash. Executives may see it as disloyalty, risking your position or your bonuses. Short-term distractions like negotiation, potentially work stoppages, could hit production targets. Utilitarian balance might favor workers' community, but hurt firms' visibility and cost spikes too fast. Still, evidence suggests unions often boost your productivity through better trained, more committed teams. Neither extreme feels right. It's efficiency versus equity, self-preservation versus integrity. Let me say it again because it was important. Neither extreme feels right. It's efficiency versus equity, self-preservation versus integrity. So what's my proposal? A mediated ethical bridge approach. Don't obstruct, but don't campaign openly either. Position yourself as a facilitator of dialogue and volunteer improvements, aiming for collaborative whether a union forms or not. This draws more honesty, industrial relations, acknowledging inherent conflicts, but seeks mutual gains. So how do you implement something like that? Well, let me tell you. Like anything, is it could conduct independent safety audits immediately. Open up the doors and see where things are at. Use internal data plus external benchmarks. But share findings transparently. Don't spin it. Don't spin it. Second, launch structured, inclusive forum. Town hall, plant meetings, cross-level committees with workers, supervisors, management to surface these concerns. Be transparent about it. Focus on solutions, better PPE, fatigue management protocols, hazard report channels, and invite neutral facilitators if tensions are high. Bring the third party in. Number 3, invest in proactive changes. Roll out voluntary improvements. Sometimes these things don't have to cost money. Enhance training, ergonomic fixes, predictable schedule pilots. Let them see we're making changes. Celebrate it. Track with these metrics. These can be incident rates, near miss reports, employee surveys. It's wherever you think there can be value. And change it. Continue to monitor those. When you hit a goal, change the goal. Celebrate it though. And maybe if it's not relevant to me, don't track it anymore. This builds goodwill and reduces urgencies for unionization if issues resolve. But 4th, prepare for the outcomes. Taking off that Band-Aid sometimes can hurt. Train leaders on lawful responsibilities to organizing. If a union emerges, shift to partnership mode. Negotiate in good faith. Emphasize shared goals like safety and competitiveness. I've seen many times where unions and management actually can work hand in hand. The 5th is mitigate personal organizational risks. Document decisions ethically. Build alliances with HR and legal for cover. Having documentations can save you in the long run. Firm actions, sustainable operations. Better safety reduces downtime, claims, and turnover costs. What's the justification? It honors workers' rights, managers' legitimacy through strategic choice, and fosters adaptive leadership and evolving dynamics. Technologies is coming forth fast and furious, and being able to adjust to it, being able to adapt to it, being open to it only makes the organization and the people stronger. Recent evidence reinforces union roles in safety enforcement and health equity. Your proactive steps align with that without forcing one path. Be open for change. Don't muscle it. This dilemma has shaped me. Early in my years, I was always an anti-union. And then I was at facilities where, as you're driving change, I saw the need for a collective voice. And that's what a union is meant to bring. I learned it into different efficiency matrix, and I was driving by it. But seeing injuries up close, exhausted teams, changed my view on that. I've pushed for small wins. Better break structures, anonymous reporting. Not always popular upstairs, but they pay off in the morals and outputs. Ethical leadership isn't choosing sides. It's creating space for humility in the high-stakes system. Some of the broader takeaways. In manufacturing's push for speed and cost cutting, we risk dehumanizing work. Unions can counterbalance that, but throughout leaders can drive change proactively. If you're an ops, HR, executive role, I ask, are you measuring success only by outputs or by people thriving? How are you bringing them up? How long are they staying? If this hits home to you, drop your thoughts below. What dilemmas are you facing? Share anonymously if you can. You can reach out to me through some of the emails below, and subscribe to some of the other episodes that Alexandria and I will be bringing forward on Factor of the Future. Thanks for spending the time with me on this ethical edge. Lead with courage, data, and heart. Until next time. This is Factory of the Future, and we are out of here like finished goods. Stay tuned for our next episode of Factory of the Future. where we're exploring groundbreaking techniques and behaviors that are reshaping industrial landscapes. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review and help others discover the cutting-edge insights transforming manufacturing as we know it.